Well, let's discuss this further, the uncommitted vote and what it's trying to achieve with Wael Alzayat, who's the CEO of Emgage, a Muslim advocacy group. Thank you so much for being with us. So, as we heard there, casting an uncommitted vote on this primary ballot is intended as a show of discontent for President Joe Biden's handling of Israel's war on Gaza. How many do you think will vote uncommitted? How much anger is there today in Michigan?
Well, there is a lot of anger and disappointment and pain, which is the whole point behind this campaign, which is sending a signal of those sentiments to the White House, to the Democratic Party. Many of those voters voted for the Democratic ticket and for then candidate Biden. And they are trying to get their voices heard in as clear of a way as possible. I know that the Listen to Michigan campaign, of which my organization, Emgage, is a supporter of, has made over 100,000 calls. There's been many doors have been knocked on. I believe our team alone has knocked on 10,000 doors. Hundreds of thousands of text messages have gone out. There's been a lot of energy behind it. We know that in previous cycles, the numbers have been around 20,000 of those who voted uncommitted in the Democratic primaries. And our hope is that we will surpass those numbers, and we will find out soon.
Right. You've relayed these concerns already to the Biden administration. How were they received? And do you feel like this movement, your movement, will make enough of a difference to influence the administration's policy on Israel?
This is an intersectional, diverse movement. We're playing our role in it, but there's great allies, organizations inside of the community, outside of it. I want to be clear about that. In our conversations with the administration, and there's been a few engagements between the administration and various communities recently, Samantha Power, the USAID administrator, and other senior folks traveled to Michigan to meet with Arab, Muslim, and Palestinian leaders and activists and representatives. And really, they've heard from everyone unanimously that we need an immediate ceasefire. We need to rebuild Gaza. We need to restore funding for UNRWA, the UN aid agency for Palestinian refugees. And we really need to address the root causes of all of this, which is the Israeli occupation of the Palestinians. And what we hear is sympathies, nodding of heads, folks saying, yeah, we agree, the Israelis have killed too many Palestinians, and we're telling them not to do that. But at the end of the day, actions are louder than words. What we need is a change in policy that ends this bloodshed and supports the liberation of the Palestinian people once and for all.
While, what about the repercussions, the consequences of this uncommitted vote? There are many who say that an uncommitted vote for Biden is a vote for Donald Trump. Are you not worried about Muslim voters, Arab Americans, casting a vote for Donald Trump?
The one who really should be worried is the President of the United States. With all due respect, and he's someone I've admired, my organization has campaigned and supported in 2020, and we know exactly who Donald Trump is and the danger he poses to Muslim, Arab, and all of us really as Americans and perhaps the world. But this is on the White House. This is their policy. And let me be very clear. It is precisely because we want to avoid this worst-case scenario. We're supporting the uncommitted campaign for the primaries. This is not our strategy right now for the general, which is to be determined. But we're sending a signal in the primaries that the White House and really the president and the Democratic Party are risking handing over our country back to MAGA Republicans over their refusal to reign in Israel and its right-wing Prime Minister, Netanyahu.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Wael Alzayat, CEO of Emgage, a Muslim advocacy group, joining us there from Washington, D.C. We appreciate your time.